Welcome everybody to another episode of Pixelated Thoughts. Today we're going to talk about a game that's been out since 2004, World of Warcraft, and we have my co-hosts Ken and Brad, and myself, Jacqueline, aka Josh. We brought in a guest, Rage. He also goes by Josh. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey, my name's Josh. I've been playing WoW since vanilla. I'm currently a demon hunter, and I got just about 600 days in the game.
How much?
Jesus.
600 days.
That is the title of the podcast.
600 days on WoW. Cool. So how long have you been playing WoW?
He literally just said it.
Oh, you said since 2004?
Yeah. So I beta tested in high school.
It's a beta test.
Played on and off because I was young, didn't know what I was doing. And then I really started to get into it just about the end of TBC, beginning of Wrath is when I actually started raiding and doing all the things.
Okay. Yeah, I was too mind blown over the 600. Completely forgot everything else that was said.
600 days is holy shit.
Yeah.
There are people who jump in and out of relationships during that time.
Oh my God.
They quit jobs and stuff.
So what drew you to WoW?
Honestly, I was in the MMOs. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm still killing the balls.
Oh, you're good. Look, he's even still playing WoW.
He might as well share his screen right now so he can just have footage as he talks.
Yeah, so
I think I can do that.
Yeah, let's see if we can do it. Do you think we can get that live? Yeah, we should be, right?
Yep. You'll have to turn off your camera, maybe? No, it won't work because it's gonna break our
Yeah.
What you think?
There we go. That's all right.
Sorry.
So do you prefer classic or retail?
I actually played both. I did all of TBC Classic, and then I started Wrath, and I no-served that. I had to abort.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was just different this time around. I didn't want to... I guess I didn't want to go over the nostalgia factor that I enjoyed the first time around. I had good memories from that. I didn't want to, crush their souls. TBC I never got to really see, so it was a lot easier to get in.
Okay. So would you like best with the one that you decided to go with?
TBC was cool. It's most people's favorite expansion. So that was, I definitely wanted to try that one out. I ended up playing a hunter.
And for those of you who don't know, TBC is the Burning Crusade.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I asked that. I was like,
I should have spelled that out. I'm sorry.
What are these nerds talking about? Somebody tell me what's going on.
So they have quite a bit of, they have a couple expansions. My favorite's probably Wrath of the Lich King.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
How many do they have total now?
I think they're on the 9th.
9th out?
Yeah, because they got Dragonflight now.
9 in almost 20 years doesn't feel like a lot, right? Am I wrong? But
they're
I'm
massive.
assuming the expansion. Yeah, I was gonna say the expansions are pretty
it's
substantial.
a lot of story and content from what I understand. From what I've played, I haven't played Dragon. Was it Dragonflight?
Dragonflight.
Oh, is that the new one?
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly just filler content, really. To be honest.
Is that Brad? Is that true?
The last 4 years have been the dark times of WoW. Shadowlands was pretty terrible. They decided to retcon Wrath of the Lich King. Spoiler alert.
What do you think? What do you think brought dark times from that expansion?
Activision Blizzard just generally being a shitty company.
ABK, yeah.
Final Fantasy 14.
Oh,
I don't know if competition spurred that on. I just think Activision Blizzard right now is in a fucking weird spot. They have that merger that's going on. They have a lot of bad. Yeah, Bobby Kotick is a piece of shit. So there's all these other things they have to worry about outside. But I mean, generally speaking, Blizzard's been pretty consistent with their games. I would say they have Diablo 4 coming out in June. They still support WoW, and then they have the fuck else. Overwatch 2 just dropped a couple months ago, so they're in season 3, I think, coming up.
Yeah, it's soon, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's next week or something. Shit, or it might just be at the start of this fucking.
I mean,
by the time this podcast drops on Friday.
I mean, I'm impressed that it's come out in 2014. The graphics have not changed since, and there's still a
What do you mean?
large
You talking
fan
about
base.
Over? What are you
No,
talking
no, no.
about? Overwatch?
We're
Or WoW?
talking about WoW.
Bro, WoW came out in 04, bro. What are
Oh,
you talking
4.
about?
Oh, I said 14. 2004.
Oof.
Yeah, for the most part, the game is an
Cancelled.
unoptimized piece of trash.
100%. That's what I was.
Yeah.
That's what every time I look at the game, I'm like, look. You can look at like, what's the best looking MMO right now? Is it Black Desert? No.
No.
Best looking? That's a hard one because usually MMOs don't have great graphics.
Destiny.
That's it.
Probably Destiny if you're counting that one.
Yeah, if you're getting there.
If you can, yeah, I forget.
I mean, I know Final Fantasy 14 is going to get a visual upgrade pretty soon, or possibly.
And you can reshade it to make it look real good.
Oh, really? Okay. I gotta ask Chris about that. I like shitting on
Some
Chris because
mods.
every time Chris gets bored, he's our buddy. He'll go back to playing WoW. I'm like, what character is this? He's like, I don't know, man. The number.
and he always starts over.
Yeah, he always starts over. I'm like, why, bro?
Does he not go through like a full?
Dude, no, I have no idea. I think he just started over on a character just recently too, which is, what's the level cap right now?
They shrank it back to 70.
70.
Really?
322.
Because it
What
was
was it
90,
before?
wasn't it?
120.
120.
120. Why the shrink? Not up to date.
Because they didn't want new players to come in and have to level 120 times. So shrinking it back down to 60 originally was the play.
I mean,
A
would you
stat
say
squash.
it's a super grind to get to that though?
No, they offer a lot of like skip boosts now.
I mean, that's just MMOs in general, though.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
just
In my opinion, like you play them for the grind, and you know, sorry to cut you off. I know you're the resident expert.
no problem.
But I mean, I do have.
Wait, hold on. What the fuck? Why is Brad being respectful here?
because this man deserves some honor.
this man's what? Because he played the game for 600 days, bro.
Yeah. This isn't. We're not talking about anime here. You know,
He was playing this in high school and shit. Josh, when did you graduate?
03.
2004.
Oh, shit.
2004. Okay, I graduated like a year after him. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man. See, I was 03.
Yeah, I mean, it's not same time frame, right?
Yeah.
WoW came out.
But see, I got into WoW really late, like within the last 6-7 years.
I was always into MMOs. EverQuest a little bit in middle school, and then what really hooked me was Dark Age Camelot.
Holy shit!
Well,
I have
wasn't
not
Guild
heard that
Wars
game in
out
forever.
around that time too? Guild Wars 2?
But that Guild
No.
Wars and Guild Wars 2 were both good. I can't remember the timeline for those.
They didn't drop. I think Guild Wars dropped like a couple years after WoW, and then Guild Wars 2 did not drop until like the 2010s or late 2000s.
yeah. I think it was. I think it was
2012.
like 2009.
2012. Right?
2012 for Guild Wars 2.
I think the big draw to Guild Wars 2 is that there was no subscription required. I think it was like
2005 for Guild Wars.
Yeah.
So Guild Wars
Something
2 was the
after.
first MMO I've ever played.
Really?
Okay.
Mhm.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
It's not
You didn't
terrible.
play Final Fantasy 11?
No.
The fuck is wrong?
I've
with you?
never played
did-
any
I did
Final
play Final
Fantasy.
Fantasy 11.
You guys should know this.
Yeah, we've been trying to get him to play it. We just
Final
talked
Fantasy
shit.
11 was a tough game.
It was.
Yeah.
It was very tough.
It's the only
We're-
Final Fantasy I haven't played, and it's because I've played 14. Everyone's like, don't even bother. Like, don't even.
14 had a
do
rough
that.
start too. That shit was before.
Yeah, when they remade it.
I think the scores were like a 2 or 3 out of 10
Oh,
when Final Fantasy 14
okay,
first
that's
dropped, and
bad.
Square Enix was like, "Fuck that, we're dropping everything," because
They
it was
pretty
being
much remade
it
the
was
whole
co-
game, right?
it was co-funded I think by Sony. So they dropped it, and then they made a Realm Reborn, and then it was like 8 to 10s in that range or something like that. But I mean, 14's been. I would say 14's like the streamlined MMO, right? Because I know WoW has like a lot of grinding elements where like you have certain drop percentages that are taken out in Final Fantasy 14. Because you can
Correct.
you kill something, it drops it almost automatically. And
Yeah.
WoW, it's like I got to kill this thing 100 times or something.
Oh, it's not always guaranteed either. You may never
No.
get something.
Man, my brother played like WoW a lot. I think he still does. And I remember I was like, I'll get to like level 20, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's like, I need to leave.
Yeah, mounts is how many mounts are there?
Ooh, I think the achievement right now for top mount 600.
How many mounts do you
Yes.
have?
I have currently, let's see.
All of them.
No, I'm not a huge mount collector. I have
300.
300. Oh,
Yeah.
that's
What's the most rarest?
still.
What's the rarest mount you have?
I have, so there's one called the Plague Proto Drake, and it was taken out of the game in Wrath of the Lich King for doing the 10-man achievements for clearing a raid without dying. No one in the raid could die. So
No
it's
one in
called
the
the
raid can
Undying.
die. And how many
Yeah,
people per raid?
That one was 10 man.
So 10-man raid.
No one can die on any boss the entire instance.
Oh.
So that's 10 people can't die.
Yeah.
With 600 days in WoW, like, do you like? What do you would you like recommend this to a new player? Like, honestly, with all the things
Today, no.
yeah, today,
It would be tough. I mean, they've definitely made the new player experience a lot better than it used to be.
Mhm.
And Dragonflight is a pretty solid expansion. But it's a rough ass MMO to start right now.
I don't know. I think Jack, I've seen you play WoW. I've seen you and Sneaky in them, and I'm just like, Final Fantasy 14 is just so much more interesting. I just like
different.
all the cool explosions and stuff. Yeah, no, it's different.
Yeah. Plus, Final Fantasy has a really vibrant colors, don't they?
Oh yeah, visually.
You compare it to like Genshin colors.
No, fuck
No?
no. Genshin's cell shaded graphics. Final Fantasy 14 does have I would say like a no. I think WoW and Final Fantasy 14 have like pretty diverse color palettes. Like the big difference with 14 is, I just think visually, they've done a pretty good job in like maintaining their engine, while WoW is like,
just slap some vibrant color on it and go with it.
Blizzard's like, we're gonna do it. We're gonna fucking we're gonna upgrade the graphics a little bit. How you gonna do that, Blizzard? I don't know. Fucking colors.
Pretty much pixel count and color.
Let's put some neon in this bitch. Get a little more green.
We're gonna super sample it by 2.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 14 is a little bit different because it's like in WoW it's real time. Like if you're in a circle and the ability goes off, it hits you. And Final Fantasy, if you're say there's a circle on the ground and you move out of it, and then the ability goes off and you're out of the circle, then it still hits you even though it looks like you moved out of it. So it's like some kind of client server timing that they use that makes it really weird if you've played in one and never played in the other.
So do you get tired of playing WoW? I mean, honestly, I know that's a stupid question because 600 days is obviously the answer is probably not. But I want to know like that. What brings you back constantly?
Nowadays they
because he has no friends.
Yeah, hating myself.
I come back to pity.
Usually content patches. The best thing the last few years for me is Mythic Plus. So they have a thing where you can run a dungeon, get a keystone, and then you can actually add a +1 or +2 difficulty to the dungeon. And each tier of that ups everything by 10%. So like the key I'm running right now that we're still doing and still wiping our faces across the board on is a +20. And that's everything in the dungeon, damage and health, all bosses, +400%.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I think I had a lot of fun doing mythics when I was playing.
Okay. So
never got that high though. I think I got
kind of like
11.
an added challenge, right?
Yeah, this added challenge is supposed to end at 8:45, and my guild is still currently dragging me through it. We're beating our head against the wall.
We fucking interrupted this guy while he was playing. I'll do a podcast and do the grind at the same time while also in chat on WoW.
I told him I would be quick, and now here I am distracted.
All these fucking nerds.
Now, if you were to choose between Horde and Alliance, which do you prefer?
I play both, but the better race is Horde for just about everything in the game.
Oh, really? Okay.
Why is that?
It's just in balance. So, like, for example, Demon Hunter can only be 2 elves. You can be a Blood Elf or a Night Elf. Blood Elf has a AoE dispel, whereas the other one gets the cloak in the darkness. So, like, AoE dispel is all the way. Mm-hmm. And that's Blood Elf Horde.
Do you need advantages to like get access to any of these classes? Like when you first have a new player like log in, or Or are all these classes?
Only the newest ones. But the base game, they usually, every time an expansion comes out, they back the base game off by one.
Okay.
So what's
Alright.
the
So,
what's the? Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. So base game right now is Shadowlands back, which was the last.
So what are the classes? So there's additional classes you can get too. Like I unlocked the Mechanome, and that was a fucking grind.
Oh yeah, the questing for
Because
that.
you're not good at the game.
It took
so
me a couple months.
Most people,
This guy.
it just takes like 7 hours.
Oh, that's
That's what I was
true.
thinking.
You're right.
Most
you
people
know-
have time, Jack. Okay.
Yeah.
Anytime
I
we
wa-
ask Jack to do anything, he's like, I just don't have time, Ken. I don't have time.
You know,
Like, I'm
you-
sorry you're fucking trying to hit 300 in bowling. All right, my bad, dude.
That takes time, okay?
Trying to do something to your car. I don't know what it is. I forget.
Do you have a favorite class or build?
My favorite class is Demon Hunter. When it came out, I haven't played anything since then. I was a boomkin for years and years before that.
How many characters do you have right now currently?
I have one of each.
I don't like how many classes are there total?
I believe there's 10 classes.
Okay.
And that includes the
Alright.
subclass or the extra class?
But those are races. Those
Races,
are just
okay.
races.
Yeah, relax, Jack. All right.
Well, I mean, hey.
Sheesh.
Not get you canceled out here. No, by someone
Listen,
mishearing you.
playing.
About what?
Apparently, playing Hogwarts is going to get us canceled too if we stream it.
We're gonna
yeah.
use yeah. There's this whole thing going on where I guess like people have created a website where if you stream it, and what you can do is you can enter in like the streamer's name, and it will find out if that person has ever streamed Hogwarts, and then people are gonna attack that person or try to cancel them. Which I'm like, you know, you're the bad guy at this point, right? Like you're the fucking villain in that.
Yeah.
In that regard.
Is that trying to like if you threaten to display the statue of Muhammad?
Yeah, kind of like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. Jesus. These people are you have way too much time on your fucking hands at that point, right? You gotta go get a real job.
I mean, these people have dedicated like time and resources to setting up this.
Just because it's early?
I don't know.
Or just in general?
No, just because
I think
They
it's
don't like
everything to do
JK.
with J.K. Rowling.
yeah, they just don't like her. They don't
Yeah.
like her. They don't support the things she's said, and so they just instead of just kind of separating the art from the artist, they immediately attack everyone else, which is fucking wild. I've never seen that before. I can't think of a game that tried to do that.
No.
No, yeah, it would be very. I mean, that's a lot of effort, man.
No.
I want to
A
see
lot of
Jack's name
effort.
on there. I want to input Jack's name in that website. Get him, attack him in his small community that I'm a part of.
That'd be so fucked.
You mean I'm fucking you know, is it it's like et tu Brutus? It's a fucking Shakespeare.
Spanish, yeah.
So how
Why
much
did you do it to bring love to the podcast, right? To bring,
Get some Caesar in there.
get some fucking subscribers out of this some random.
Right.
You had a question, Jack. Would you?
Yeah. So how do you prefer to front load the time and when new expansions come out, or how do you tend to do things?
I definitely front loaded. I used to take a week off of work for a new expansion.
I love that. That is dedication, bro.
Yeah, just a week of thrashing. It's a lot harder now with kids, so
Yeah.
it's more kid time than it is WoW time. But
I have only heard that no bullshit when like the Call of Duties came out, like Modern Warfare 2. When I was in the Navy, I was attached with the Marine Corps, and I had like these two guys who worked under me, and they're like, "Hey, we're putting in leave," so I'd like check out their leave pack. I'm like, "The fuck is this? You want to take a week off for what?" Like Call of Duty Modern Warfare drops. I'm like, I'll do this one time. And then Modern Warfare 2 came out, and I was like, no, you guys aren't taking leave for this shit. So they did like the midnight drop, right? And we had PT in the morning. It was like fucking 5:30. We like everyone met up. I'm like, did you guys sleep? Nah, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're like level 20 or 30. I'm like just hopping back. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
OG Modern Warfare.
Oh yeah, they were just super hyped about that.
Yeah, I've never taken off work for a game, but I have definitely modified a work schedule.
That is going to change when Final Fantasy 16 comes out, and you're a fucking liar if you say no. That game's gonna.
He's gonna even take off from podcast recording.
I said, no, he'll be on. I don't give a shit. He was trying. I was like, you're gonna be on. Brad never takes a day off. He's gonna be the most hardworking person on the podcast just by sitting there and being a fucking dragon on animes.
Fucking Avatar. Yeah. This guy.
Eventually, if we ever monetize, right, all proceeds will be going to get Brad a new GPU. Yeah. But Brad, if you play WoW, you don't ever have to upgrade. Okay, that is the lowest possible. I think your GPU can go. Get them ultra settings. Are there graphics mods for WoW right now? I'm assuming.
No, not at all.
No. Holy shit! Nobody took a chance at doing that.
I thought someone would try to church that game up like real hardcore.
I mean, this game doesn't even support hyperthreading.
No.
I did watch one guy for a little while, and he had like comic book, like I don't know, like when he would cast a spell, it would be like kaplow or whatever. Like it would be like comic book like explosion things. It was pretty funny. I was like, wow, I didn't know that was a thing. Like I didn't know you could do that.
So they have plugins you can throw in, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if Blizzard ever missed an opportunity to bring WoW to consoles. Right.
I think you'll see it. I think it's coming.
You think it's going to come to Xbox?
Yeah, it's probably absolutely going to hit everything. They're going to milk that cash cow soon.
Well,
or they're going to have to bring the user base up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the user base is still hurting even after a successful expansion. Like this one's really good, and it's still hurting.
Does anyone know what's the average or the concurrent user base right now? It's got to be still a couple million,
speculation,
right?
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
They're like they go off the raids, and it's
really?
hard to tell.
Okay.
There's a YouTuber that does it. His name's Bellywork. He kind of like digs deep into trying to figure that stuff out.
I love how there's I love how niche YouTube can be. It's like, do you want to know some analytics about Warcraft? I don't, but lay that shit on me, dude. That's part of.
Yeah. So
Let
I don't know
what the concurrent users.
I didn't until you told me about it.
Exactly. Tell me more.
There's MMO-population.com.
Okay.
Ranks World of Warcraft number 1 out of 138 MMOs. Total players.
Sure, okay.
Jack, just make sure that it doesn't interrupt the Discord like on our first live recording. Remember?
Oh, it goes right in the screen.
This fucking dude, man. I was watching the entire thing while I was working, and I was like, what the fuck did Jack look up? He looked up animes. But as he looked it up, right, the image was
goes right in front of our camera.
It was like a fox, so it made it look like he was looking up something furry. I was like, Jack, what are you doing, brother? What are you doing?
So,
heading on down to BronyCon.
It says total players. So active players over the last month. Total players is 125.20 mil. Total players or subscribers. World of Warcraft is estimated to have 2.3 mil players per day this month.
Yeah, I'd say probably 3 to 4 million subscribers.
I think it's still the most popular MMO played by far. Right? I know.
It definitely is.
I know when 14 had Endwalker come out, it crashed the fucking servers or backlogged them badly. But I still don't think Final Fantasy 14 touched the concurrent daily of WoW. I mean,
that's hard to fathom. It's crazy.
No, I mean, it's crazy how fucking popular that game is. And now, you can still make hours and hours of content. For some reason, I asked Josh before. Well, I asked Jack. I'll just call Jack because your name's Josh. I asked Jack, I was like, does your buddy fucking stream? He has 600 days. This or did he just keep it as a hobby? He didn't want people knowing about him and all the knowledge he had to share, He's the business insider that works at Blizzard. I ain't telling shit. Well, when I retire, you're all fucked.
Well, looking over the past 5 years, so back in 2018, early 2018, it was at 2 million active players. Right. I mean, this month it's almost 3 million. So for the last 5 years, it's been pretty stable. But in 2020, end of 2020, there was a spike up to 7 million.
Everybody listening, this is what we call trend analysis. All right, so
we'll just say things.
Brad, I need you to turn into a whiteboard so we can begin this with a pie chart. Exhibit A. Jack is a fucking nerd.
Yeah,
Immediately look this up.
I love trends.
I love it.
Oh, look at
Just
that.
I've never
So what's
guessed.
this? We could.
Look at these projections.
Eh,
Let me tell you how that's gonna work. No, but the consistency is crazy because like I do see, you have all these people who are just I think stuck to it. Like I remember we were trying to convince Jack to jump to Final Fantasy 14, and I think Jack. I think your response to us was, "Yeah, I'm just gonna stick to WoW because it's I played it, I liked it." I
Yeah,
think
I was
that's what
most
the
familiar
general
with it.
response is. I've seen people try to jump into FF14, but I don't think FF14 has content that would keep you along as long as WoW does, because WoW has like a real grind to it, and 14 really doesn't. Honestly,
Yeah,
Brad, you have a buddy that has like fucking every class already, right? But it probably took him less
Yeah.
time.
well, yeah. So I do feel like Final Fantasy has a bit of a quality of life enhancement over WoW. Now granted, I played WoW in Wrath of the Lich King, and I made it to about level 48, and like that was literally my dad had an account, and I just played a character on his account. I didn't even own the game.
Using my dad's credit card.
So I mean, it's one. I am kind of biased just because it is Final Fantasy. I don't have anything against WoW. It was just I did like the physical appeal of Final Fantasy better. The I will say I really did like playing as a hunter in WoW. That was always my favorite class. But I don't know. There was just I did like the fact that I didn't have to create a character for every class. I could just
Staple of Final Fantasy.
just swap the weapon and then boom, I'm a whole new character.
Yeah.
But that's once again.
Because in WoW, once you
kind of
commit to a class, you are committed to that
Yeah.
class, right?
Oh,
Like, you
yeah,
have
that's
to
it.
a new character.
Yeah.
Or is there like a transmog or something? I don't know.
Is it
No, you're just at the mercy of them, hopefully allowing the alts to do their thing. Because like this expansion, alts are pretty friendly, but last expansion it was rough. Like there was no bonus for starting a new character. You just got stuck into the same grind as your main was, and it was real grindy.
When
So Blizzard
Dragonflight,
was
they
like-
introduced a new character, didn't they?
Yeah, the evoker.
Yeah, which is a tiny
Blizzard
dragon.
sat there and was like, listen here, shitter. You want to start a new class? What are you talking about? For
Even
$5, I'll let you change.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Story behind the evoker is that they're the descendants of Deathwing and Aetherian.
And with that one,
Wow.
you start at what level are you at that one?
When you start out,
Yeah, I know they don't
it
start at
puts you,
0,
like,
right?
no, they start like 58, 68 rather.
Oh,
No,
shit.
58. So 2 levels and then the 10 for the expansion.
Like the Reaper class. You have to be like level 70 to unlock it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and as far as story immersion goes, Final Fantasy absolutely thrash as well.
Well, I mean, there's and that's crazy too, because like Warcraft has a fuck ton of lore. And I'm kind of shocked that, I've seen people who have played WoW and Final Fantasy, and they go like, Final Fantasy just feels more cohesive as a story. And they do. I mean, it's every expansion in Final Fantasy 14 kind of follows the same beat. You do a couple raids and dungeons, that type of stuff, and then eventually you get to that really big fucking end boss. But it always feels like it's always leading up to something substantial, because almost every expansion followed, I think it's the Warriors of Light the entire time. So every expansion talked about it. And when they introduce new characters, like new NPCs, they'll fucking do side quests and storylines with those NPCs to close them out in other expansions. And obviously the music's fucking amazing too. So, I've always wondered this though. This is my question to you guys. So, whenever you see like a new expansion trailer for WoW and it has this amazing like visual style, are you guys like, holy shit, this looks awesome? And then because you're such veterans, do you guys go, all right, let's see what this, what do you got? Like,
I'm used to it because look what they did with Diablo and any other game where they have these amazing ass cutscenes.
Well, here's the thing. I thought Diablo 3, I wasn't a big fan of like Diablo 3's art style compared to like when like Diablo 2's gothic, right? And Diablo 3 felt like a little bit more cel shaded at times. But Diablo 4 looks very much like it's going to be like Diablo 2 remake.
Man, the
Gothic.
cinematics are just
Gothic horror, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Shout out to whoever makes cinematics at Blizzard for all of them.
Yeah,
Overwatch,
they're fucking
they
amazing.
make the most amazing looking things. And I guess there's like just a tinge of disappointment when you get into game. Because with 14 and Endwalker, right, some of the in-game cutscenes were actually pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Especially when they introduced a lot of the big boss fights. I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. And then like, because I think there's like I guess there's like an expectation now with MMOs when you see like a really cool cutscene, you're just like, and we're here. Welcome back to this persistent world. That there is flat ground. That's going to look like grass. Right? Now imagine that the grass is moving back and forth. We don't know how to update our visual assets here at Blizzard. We don't give a shit.
So, are they the same people that helped work on the Warcraft movie?
They had input, but no. The people who do cinematics at Blizzard are completely separate. The thing that's real strange is the fact that that's one of the things that WoW's dropped this go around is the real hi-fi cinematic.
Really?
Yeah, it's been pretty disappointing. They're back to in-game cutscenes.
Oh God.
Good. Yeah, it's been rough. Out here rough.
Do they have fingers, or is it still like the square block?
They've done a little better in that department, but it is rough.
That has always been my favorite thing in like the old PS2 cutscenes. They have like the I think it's the first 3 fingers, and for some reason your pinky can move by itself, or it's the pinky, ring finger, and middle finger all attached together, but you have the index. Like
that's funny.
I was like, what am I playing? Fucking Siphon Filter? What is this shit, man? Yeah, I've wondered why for so many years they just couldn't do like a visual update. I'm assuming because you have to be constantly online.
Oh,
right.
I mean,
and you don't want to interrupt
update.
Services, right? Well, in a visual update, you'd have to literally stop services to do a patch.
That, and then look how massive the map is.
Yeah, but I mean, like, eventually, like you're going to do a sequel to WoW, right? Or you're going to have to like do an update to the visuals eventually. Like,
you'll probably be waiting about as long as you've been waiting for Skull and Bones.
Oh, 10 years? I mean, fuck it. They've had the game out for like next year will be like the 20th anniversary of World of Warcraft. So I wonder what they're going to do. Now announcing World of Warcraft Mobile.
Yeah, another disappointment. Fucking Blizzard's done it before.
You've got phones, don't you?
Yeah, that day that they were supposed to fucking talk about Diablo 4, and then they're like, "Oh, introducing Diablo Mobile."
It
was even worse. I was there.
I had a buddy who was at that same thing we were talking. He was like he worked at Balboa Naval Hospital, and he was one of these the surgical analysts. I used to talk to him all the time. He was like, "Yeah, man, I was at BlizzCon, and these fuckers had the audacity to sit there and go, yeah, we're gonna introduce Diablo Immortal." They're like, "What? It's a mobile game,
right?"
And then they had to say, "Y'all got phones, don't you?" It's like, dude, no one wants to see this major franchise. Nobody wants to see a major franchise be butchered into a mobile game. Shut up, Brad. Be butchered into a mobile game and then monetized to death.
But look at, Call of Duty did it, PUBG did it, and those are very successful.
Well, Apex Mobile
Alan Brack did the same shit.
Is there an Apex one?
J. Alan Brack. Apex Mobile just shut down, and they canceled the single player game, Titanfall Legends.
Oh.
Yeah, so like
just shit-canned all of it.
Apex, I feel so fucking bad for the people who like worked in Apex Legends Mobile, bought skins, bought shit for heirlooms, and now unless
they literally dropped a skin pack a week ago.
I wonder if they're gonna.
That's some Blizzard shit there.
That is some nefarious. That's EA though.
So what would
money.
you? So what would you say would be the best solution for Blizzard to go with if they're gonna drop a game like that and leave people hanging, especially with all the money they spent?
I mean, you like if you are, in my opinion, like the best business practice would be like to be completely open and transparent about it, and then reward those players who are transferring to another game, like 100%. If Diablo Immortal were to fail, and let's say like, because technically I would say like you could put it in your terms of service that microtransactions or anything bought is optional, right? It's optional. It's final. It's on you. Yep. But you could also like you're going to lose a lot of goodwill
Oh yeah,
Putting
absolutely.
that out there.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
you could do it. They could probably fight it with a class action. Like the people that just bought that shit a week ago, they absolutely can thrash them if they really wanted to. But is it worth it?
You got to give people some type of time before you just start canceling shit, right? Could you imagine Warcraft mobile, right? I mean, Blizzard is like Blizzard's hands are pretty fucked, like bloody right now after what they did with the Warcraft 3.
Yeah, and the China shit with Free Hong Kong and all that stuff at BlizzCon. Yeah.
That Warcraft 3 Warcraft 3 shit was so fucking brutal, dude. Was it the Warcraft 3? Was it remastered? What was it called? It was like Warcraft 3 Classic.
Oh yeah, it was Warcraft 3 Reforged.
There you go.
Reforged.
And they did a whole bait and hook too, where they made it look like
Reforged
it was
and shit.
Yeah.
So it really they didn't really update it, or
no, they had like when they had showed the actual trailer, it looked visually. You were like, "Holy shit, this looks amazing!"
It was impressive.
A lot of people got really excited, and then people got into the game. It was like a whole bait and switch. They're like, "What the fuck is this? You guys took out key features in the game, and they made the game far worse." And Blizzard was like, "You guys don't have phones."
Yeah. Right. And then you could play the multiplayer on Warcraft 3, like the old one, and then they patched it, and you had to have Reforged to play the new multiplayer, so it just thrashed the entire game file.
Yeah, they butchered their own.
That's so dumb.
Major publishers and developers today have just completely fucking destroyed their own image, and I brought this up last time we talked about this on the podcast. They do it really easily too. Like they have no idea.
Well, I think you made a comment. Are they doing it to set themselves up to be bought?
Well, Blizzard Activision is in the midst of an acquisition. Whether or not that actually goes through depends on whether or not Microsoft.
Is that the one Microsoft want? Yeah.
Microsoft has to successfully persuade the FTC, the European Trade Commission, and I think Britain to let the merger go through, which is going to require a ton of concessions. But people were initially excited because everyone, and I don't know why people thought this. They thought that Microsoft's acquisition was going to save Blizzard Activision because a lot of people felt like under Bobby Kotick's, who's the CEO, under his leadership, it was just a fucking shit show. And I'm like, Phil Spencer and Microsoft are not fucking buying Activision Blizzard to save that company. They're buying it because they need to bolster their library for Game Pass, which is
because they want to fix Overwatch 2.
Which is never it upset Jack at one point when they first played it.
But, yeah, because they're going to take Call of Duty and name it of the Duty calls, and then they're going to put it on Microsoft exclusive.
Halo, Call of Duty. You want Master Chief shooting shit?
So hold on,
like Captain Price.
Do you think this may be if it goes through completely, right?
No, because Bobby Kotick is staying on.
Oh.
He's not leaving. So if your leadership's not, if the root cause of your issue is your leadership from top down, and they're like, obviously they're just it's like trickle down economics, right? They're pretty much shitting up on top and it's just hitting everything below it. That's essentially the problem with Activision Blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
So there's been all these
kind of party.
Yeah. Are you just looking up Brad with your mouth open like
Exactly, I guess.
But you're hoping that Blizzard, who's what was the last IP that Blizzard put out? It was Overwatch, right?
2. Yeah.
Or is it Hearthstone? It was one of those.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
The Hearthstone and Overwatch are close.
Yeah. I would love if Blizzard was like World of Warcraft Call of Duty Edition. We want you guys to play it first person only.
Oh, they do that weird Ubisoft mobile game where they just put all the characters together.
Jesus Christ.
Well, can you imagine because Call of Duty does the whole skin package and bundle and all that shit. Can you imagine like starting to have World of Warcraft skins purchasable on Call of Duty?
I'm telling you, Blizzard they've been guilty of like monetizing the fuck out of their games. That's why you see Diablo Immortal. There's concern that
Overwatch,
Diablo 4,
it's a joke with their whole skin system.
Like there's concern that Diablo 4 is going to follow the same suit, but like with World of Warcraft, you have expansions, and is there an in-game trade post or trading store or whatever it's called? I can't remember
for Diablo.
And WoW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's an auction house, but it's not real money. But you can also spend real money to buy gold tokens.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right. You have monetization features there.
Yeah.
I mean, you're spending.
But you can also play the game without spending $1 because you can pay for your sub with gold now. So if you say you sell runs, you could be autonomous and not have to pay $1 to play it.
Yeah, but it's a lot of gold.
How much gold is it?
The tokens right now are 138K, and you can sell a Mythic Plus run for 500,000. So you can
shit! I didn't know you can hustle mythics.
Yeah, you can hustle it for 125K a pop, about 20 minutes of your time.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of gold, but not for the guy with 600 days in Warcraft, man.
No.
I mean, I'm broke.
he knows the workarounds and shit.
I wish I could sell keys. I just don't have the time to do it.
Oh my god, dude!
Is there anything that you can think of that Blizzard could implement that you think would bring user base back?
It'd be tough. I think the user base now is pretty much what you got. Classic was a big bolster. Like when Classic hit, I think Classic had 3 times the amount of players that retail did.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah. I couldn't do the Classic life. Like that's a
insane.
grind on its own.
Oh, Classic WoW. It was carbon copy of the original. It took me 6 weeks to level to 60.
Good.
I mean, isn't that what the point was though? Like,
yeah, well, vanilla. Yeah, you were in love with the game and you wanted to play through it, and you were the game was the story.
You
now
did it for the love of WoW.
See, I'm a lazy ass.
The arrogance of that statement, right? Just by Blizzard putting that out. That's how they could have sold it. You do it for the love of WoW.
See, my lazy ass.
Diablo Immortal.
Right.
They were the guys were asking. There was another BlizzCon I was at. It was, I guess, like Mista Pandaria, like 2009. And one person asked about vanilla servers, and J. Allen Brack's like, no, you don't want that. We think you do, but you don't. And of course, that was meme to hell because it was like the biggest success the company's ever done besides create the game, and then returned and tripled the subscriber base for retail.
Do you think Blizzard has? Well, I mean, because you already stated that you think that the user base right now is as good as it gets. So, what improvements do you want to see? I know. Let's talk the pipe dream. What improvements as a pretty much a lifelong fan of WoW? Shit, you were in high school when this first came out, and you beta tested it, obviously. So, like, what do you want? What improvements have you always, or has the fan base wanted that Blizzard has just flat out ignored?
The main thing right now, like the game itself, the way it is, the way it plays is great. The only 2 things you'd have to add is like maybe because right now you can have 0 or you have 0. You have 10 to 30 people in a raid, and the raid will adjust difficulty according to the people in the raid.
That's
so if you have like 20 people, they'll have a certain amount of health. You add a person, they'll add another portion of health to make the flex rating viable.
It should always just be 30 people difficulty, and then you just have to have the friends to do it. Just saying.
Yeah, that's what Mythic is. Mythic is 20 people. There is no flex. That's the hardest mode. And the problem with Mythic in general is they tune it super hard around pro players, and then through the course of the season they back it off.
Hold on, did you say pro players? Oh
yeah.
Are you saying pro WoW?
Yeah, there's like Team Liquid has a rating team.
What the fuck, dude?
No way.
I only know about Liquid because I watch Rocket League Esports.
Yeah. So Liquid Maximum is the raid leader, and E21st raid leads the world, race the world first we're representing the United States.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
Yeah, because they do a race the world first, United States versus Europe.
Oh my god! Is there a speed run of WoW?
Some people do it, and there are parses for speed running.
God,
like there's a whole Warcraft log site that's dedicated to competing how much damage you do per boss per class against everyone else in the world.
Yeah, there's a big breakdown of a bunch of things they track. That you
the analytics of it is insane, and it captures every movement, every ability, and you can even replay the fight. There are people that do solo it.
Really? That's fucking
they
wild,
find the clever use of mechanics and get it done.
Yeah,
I think a guy took like 4 hours to kill a boss.
I saw Games Done Quick. They had a speed run of Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, I thought that was pretty fucking amazing.
So in season 6, let's no grouping.
What year ago was that? What year was that? Take us back. Like, where was
Looks
I?
like season 6, the earliest date that we have on here is 2 years ago. So I don't know.
Okay.
Or the earliest. So the fastest they got level 10 to 70. 8 hours and 30 minutes.
The fuck were you doing?
It's a night elf. Demon hunter.
Night elf mohawk.
Oh my god.
There's nothing
He
for
just
season
paid
7
for the
yet.
booster.
Is there a booster? Is there an XP
And he
booster?
kept putting in his credit card wrong.
Oh yeah, you got the.
You kept fucking it up. I don't know what
my
card
original
number-
WoW character got banned from paying for a power level.
Oh really?
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
So like, if you were to, because I do know that there's some games in which if you like the value of your account would probably be like, some game I've seen like some people have like
Sell it.
real, yeah, you could sell it. Like, what would be the value of your account with 600 days on it? What do you think it would be at?
The value of my account's probably driven by the one mount that I have.
What mount?
It's the Plague Proto Drake, the one that you get for 10 man and dying that
What?
we talked about earlier.
How much would that be?
That mount right now, you can obtain it, and it's gold cap, and gold cap is like 20 million gold.
That's
Some
So
absurd
let's-
amount.
So how much is it to buy gold right now with cash,
Yeah,
with
let's
your
see.
money?
Let's see what the gold cap is real quick.
I mean, Jack, you could have looked it up. You don't have to be so lazy.
How much, what
John.
is it? What is it?
Fucking with you.
I can't even spell whatever the fuck he said.
We're forcing the guest to do work. What type of fucking sham are we running here?
I am trying to figure out what gold cap is.
What's the
Like
mount called?
The Plague Proto Drake.
Plague Proto Drake.
The proto
Actually
drakes
sounds
are
pretty
the
badass.
or they're like a dragon.
No, I know
They're
what I know what
drakes.
Drake is.
That's
Yeah.
what they
Okay.
are.
Brad, can you turn into a Drake right now on animes?
Do it.
We're just gonna say that I am.
Become a drake.
You're a hot dog. There are
Alright,
people
so
who can watch that shit.
Okay.
So
and
the way you obtain that mount is through the black market auction house, which is like a smaller auction house that caps out at 10 million gold. And it always hits cap at 10 million gold.
So in microtrans, like in money terms, like real dollar value, what would that be at? Like right now, Jack, do you know what the conversion is? Like how
Trying
much
to find
gold?
trying to find that.
I would love it if it was like because WoW's been around for so long. They're like, yeah, it's 1 for 1. You need to sell that fucking mount for 20 million.
That would be fucking
$1,449.
Okay.
$1,449.
Yeah, that's,
So let's
that's
do.
You can buy a plane ticket somewhere.
72 WoW tokens is what it would take. You have to buy 72 in-game tokens to afford that mount
Jesus.
at $20 a pop.
To keep finding it's like
that's
fucking getting a
$1,400
rare
bucks.
heirloom in Apex.
Just for that one mount.
$1,400 for a mount.
There's some
it's almost as bad as Overwatch.
There's gonna be some rare skin that drops one day.
Well,
in
hold
Overwatch,
on.
I swear.
Wait. I think the most expensive stuff has probably been sold on what? What do you think? CS:GO
Valorant.
For the skins.
or
yeah.
Valorant?
I think
Well,
Valorant.
most
hold on.
expensive
We
thing
said
in
the
WoW
alpha
is,
thing was like your buddy
On
sold it for
Rocket League?
$3K.
So Alpha Boost in Rocket League can sell right now upwards of like $6,000. Yeah, but you can't do it anymore. You can't trade those accounts.
No. They got rid of that.
They've completely banned it. And Cynox was kind of fucking stupid because they don't know how to communicate, so they were just like banning people's accounts. They were banning pro players who had acquired like Alpha Boost because everyone wanted it, and they were banning it. This was like a week before RLCS started, the new winter split, and people were like, because they're based in San Diego, they're like, "Yo, what the fuck, man? Like, give us some time before you ban our accounts. Let us talk to you guys. We can hash shit out." I love
Speaking
that.
of RLCS, didn't they have a tournament recently that the game crashed? Or was it another tournament?
Might have been something else, but like most of the RLCS stuff, they take that shit seriously. Like I've seen most esport like events, they take that fucking far more seriously than they would like your own casual player base.
Lame.
This is what it is, right? We need to see if like Final Fantasy 14. Brad, you need to check if Final Fantasy 14 has like its own esports stuff, man. So therefore, you can try to make a run at a team.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
No, you don't want to make this a job, right? I mean, 600 days, right? That's kind of like a fucking job in its own. Why not? Why not?
No. That's not a job. That's a career.
That's a career. When you need to email Blizzard and be like, "Where the fuck is my pension?
Yeah, where's my retirement money?"
At? So here's my question, Josh. Why?
Insurance for my carpal tunnel.
Where's my? I need to take sick leave because of my hand. Why not stream?
I've been told I should try it. I just haven't.
You have all this experience, right?
That's why.
Well, I mean, I would say. I mean, what are you talking about? Josh is a normal. Jack is a normal human being.
Okay, we have two totally different.
First off, I don't want to hear from the motherfucker who's a hot dog right now. Okay, one. And two,
he ain't even a fucking human right now.
Jack's pretty like. I think Jack's like your I love watching Jack stream new games because I like watching him be confused half the time. Right? Jack doesn't try to be a pro at all.
No, not at all. And I don't fucking hide it.
And since I've met Jack, I have actively tried to gift him games to kind of get him out of his shell. Right? Out of his gaming shell, what he's used to. So I can see Jack like get confused and be like, what do I do here? Like he was playing Heavy Rain. He got I can't remember who was killed. Who was it? It was the FBI agent.
Oh, no, because the game. Yeah, okay. I was about to say,
you trying to navigate Madison out of the house was the funniest shit I've ever seen. You're like, what does this do? Why is this die? Why is she not dying? Why?
Oh, when the house was burning,
I was like, she's gonna die.
Yeah,
she's gonna die.
I thought I was gonna kill her.
Yeah, but back to Josh. Like, so people have told you, but I mean, you'd have so much knowledge that you could impart on people.
WoW's a tough game to stream too. It's super tough.
You could be Asmund Silver.
That's what I was going to say. You have pretty much Asmongold as competition and that toxic shit there. Whew.
He's Asmund Platinum. Platinum.
He's pretty much like the guy, right? I think
he's the man.
Yeah,
like he breathes on Twitch and has 40,000 watchers.
This man turns on. He's like, fuck it. He's like, this man spawned with like 50,000 likes. How is that possible, bot?
I guess though the challenge for me is I wouldn't mind doing it, but the amount of legwork to get through social media and get a subscriber base, you almost have to quit your job and commit to do it.
To get as big as him, yeah.
I mean, just to get started, to make a living off of it, like.
What
I would want to do with it.
I mean, it could be a hobby, like Jack. You can be a part-time streamer and just kind of do it for fun. I think a lot of people go into content creation with like the wrong intent.
Oh yeah,
right. I don't think there's any intent here with the podcast to like, if it happens, it happens. Like we've had some episodes get a couple thousand listens or whatever, and with the YouTube stuff, like we had a good giveaway recently, which I want to continue doing because I want to get people more access to games. And eventually I'm going to gift Josh a new game to make him fucking play something new. But
I guess the biggest challenge would be is
not playing WoW.
Yeah. WoW, and then on top of that, it's if you enjoy playing a game and generally you start doing stuff like that, you're probably going to fall out of the enjoyment factor.
True.
Now it's more
it becomes work.
Yeah,
because you're worried about entertainment, you're worried about your numbers and stuff like that. Yeah, I think it's you could just hop on and just be on the podcast.
Yeah, it's like watching a scale trying to lose weight. It sucks.
well, if you do it while you're vomiting, it actually works.
Fucking dumb.
What the fuck is wrong with you, man? I don't know. Hey, see, this is the
just
thing.
Trying to be relatable, okay?
I've been asked before. They're like, "What does Brad bring to the podcast?" I'm like, I guess he edits the audio.
I mean, your arms got to be getting tired, though.
I know. Are your arms up? Dude. Did you put the controller up?
I did. Put the arms up and figured, hey, why not?
Yeah, because I asked my buddy Chris that too. I said, dude, he would play Diablo 3, right? And he'd have these fucking crazy builds. And he was like, Ken, check this out. And he's always wanted to walk me through Diablo 3. And I've beaten the game, but I haven't done any of the end game stuff. And I can't remember what it was, but he had a build where he was one-shotting things constantly. And I was like, dog, I don't how is this fun for you? He's like, I don't know.
That game gets crazy. Like you can do a whirlwind barb and
The whirlwind barb is
13.
probably my favorite build for
I think
Diablo.
I always find like I said, I think that if you get into content creation at all, like you don't do it with like the idea that you're gonna become viral almost immediately just because you have one good video. When it's
it's unrealistic.
Right, as Josh says, like you just be consistent.
Yeah, it's consistency, really.
And my two streaming buddies on the right over here, like sometimes lack consistency. Not you, Jack. You've been good. I've
actually been I've been doing good.
Brad hasn't fucking streamed in 3 weeks again.
What I started getting the habit of doing also is turning off the fucking viewer count, and honestly, being more consistent has helped a lot.
Yeah, and plus having that new fancy camera, that 1080p stuff, looks really crisp.
Yeah, and then the lighting. Yeah. I actually I have a buddy who's a cinematographer, and he taught me a lot about lighting and all that, and he inspired me to do the whole half thing. So one side of my face is like purple, the other side is blue.
It looks like in your background you have some lens flare, like some JJ
Abrams
lens flare. Like this fucking dude looks fancy.
I forgot to do the TV part, man.
I got my little Razer piece of trash camera and my little Razer piece of trash mic.
We're gonna try to best audit your or edit your audio. Like this man's.
Is my audio terrible?
It's just okay. We've had our buddy Chris on. We've had our buddy Chris on. He has the same thing.
Yeah, I use an NVIDIA broadcast just because there's a lot of background noise. That's probably why it's terrible.
Are your kids screaming in the background?
No, my wife's reading next to me.
Oh, okay. What's she reading, dude?
She's rating. She's playing WoW.
Oh, she's playing WoW. The couple. Wait, hold on. All right. Did you meet your wife through WoW?
No, I met her playing Halo 2.
What the? You know what? We can make that into a wholesome thing for like. I'm gonna create like a short and be like, see that couples that game together stay together and they really hate each other.
Yeah. Her sister and my brother were friends, and then Halo 3 came out, and I was playing through it, and then she came over and we finished the campaign together.
Oh, that's wholesome, right? I want to see Brad ruin that moment.
Leave it.
We can we'll secretly make that like a little clip. So that like, let's see the couples that game together, right? They secretly hate each other. They're like fighting on the side. You see that meatloaf you made last night? It would have been
I'm even wearing a Demon Hunter shirt.
You are. Look at this guy. He's repping Blizzard merch, and they still won't pay his ass.
I even have a World of Warcraft tattoo.
Where?
Everywhere.
Oh my god.
He is the tattoo.
This man is a true Blizzard fanatic.
There you go, Demon Hunter.
Josh, what do you do for work?
I work with that guy over there.
Oh, you work with Jack?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you could have been working at Blizzard fixing fucking Warcraft.
I worked with him now. 16 years I spent in the power plant, major machinery, shift work, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. I've actually known him since just almost a little bit after high school. Car days.
So yeah, like 2005.
Oh, you told me about that.
Yeah.
2005, 2006, yeah.
We were in the same car club.
How did you
running the streets?
Running the streets.
Running the streets.
I can see Jack kind of because he's Filipino, so he's like he's trying to get his car tuned up. What was his nickname on the streets? Was it Little Lumpia?
Little Lumpia.
That's probably the major reason why I don't stream is cars is my second hobby, which takes up all the rest of the time.
It's like having kids. It's like, I don't care about them. Yeah, we want to go outside and play. Daddy's fucking busy playing WoW and doing a raid, or he's fucking working on his car. All right, can you chill?
The 11-year-old plays. The baby plays Peppa Pig on Xbox.
Oh gosh,
start him.
I'm not letting my kid touch like fucking games. Not yet, dude. Not doing it.
As a gold farmer in training.
Oh my god. Dad has to go to work. I need you to farm gold for me. Get your ass up here. Don't fuck this raid up, all right? I got big plans.
Who needs macros? I got kids.
Yeah. That's pretty much essentially what it is.
Pretty much press the button.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, I mean, Any other questions, Jack?
So if there were new people coming in, what would you recommend they do starting off?
Like brand new, never seen it before.
Never seen WoW.
Brand fucking new.
They're gonna be unimpressed.
Like they just came in, and let's just act like they aren't basing it off of the cinematics.
They're gonna be sad when they see the end game.
But so I have a friend that had never played MMO, and he tried when it was like coming free. It's try it. He hopped on the warrior, and he's like, I just want to beat all of the things and tank all the stuff. Clearly not knowing how MMOs are structured.
Right.
And he lasted 45 minutes.
There's an intimidation factor if you don't learn. So would you?
So yeah, what would be your recommendation on how to handle your first time?
But the recommendation should be you should kind of do some type of research into MMOs,
yes.
right?
Read as much as possible.
How classes work. That's essentially what I was going into. Like when my brother walked me through it. He's like, I don't recommend tank for you, right? Because that's a lot of responsibility. I was like, cool. I was like, I just want to hit shit. He's like, DPS.
Yeah.
That's
how I learned. I was like, I love being, I love shooting from a distance. So I became not a wizard. What the hell are they called?
Oh, mage.
Mage. No.
Yeah, mage.
No, not
or
a mage.
warlock.
Warlock. That's the one.
Yeah, I mean, so I mean, Jack, to your question, I mean, you should know, like, if you're asking anyone to jump into any MMO, you got to do some research.
I know what I would say. Yeah, for sure.
Now,
I wanted the WoW expert.
Well,
it's not expert levels anymore, bro. That's mastery.
They used to just chuck you into the game with not even any help icons. Now they actually have a whole experience where it actually teaches you how to use the abilities, what abilities you're going to use, and why.
Yeah. So
now the buttons that combo off each other, they actually light up and blink and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's what Final Fantasy 14 does.
Yeah, they copied a ton of shit from Final Fantasy. A ton.
That's how because Final Fantasy 14 streamlined the process.
No, absolutely.
It made it a lot easier for like new players to get involved. And plus, like when you see shit that's like really flashy and really cool, you're like, holy shit. And then you realize you can just, do damage multipliers and all that stuff as long as you're in rhythm. I was wondering if WoW was ever going to implement that. I didn't know they did that. I assume
they definitely changed to come with the times. I've rated in Final Fantasy 14 just go around an Endwalker for a little bit.
They also in this new DLC or expansion they got rid of the need of having to use those plugins, like for the bags and all that. Right?
Really?
Oh yeah. So this go around the fan service was they edited the UI all new makeover.
Service. I love that.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's fan service. It's the UI. You can move any element of it. You can do anything you need to do to it. It's like
no
pretty
more
much
mods
took like 3.
needed.
Yep. You don't have for the first time. You don't need a mod to play the game.
Josh, you sound like the petty old man screaming at the sky, screaming at the clouds, like these fuckers. They changed up my WoW.
No. They really needed to do that because I think that was one of the most overwhelming things. Was when I started, all my friends were like, because they were so used to it. All my friends were like, you gotta have this plugin, that plugin. You gotta move this thing over here and have this thing over when you're hitting people, and then move this box in front of your guy.
And
then you need this fucking bag. And I was like, this is a lot of fucking shit to learn.
Yeah, I was like, here's this PDF.
That's the best thing about Final Fantasy 14 is you can't use any add-on that tells you how to move, where to go, why.
Yeah. Right.
And it makes the game whole.
Yeah, there's a nice flow in Final Fantasy 14 though. Like you have there's obvious like attack lines and stuff like that. And,
WoW could have that as well, and they do have it. The problem is they allow their game to be plagued with something that's telling you, hey, move here, do that, everyone meet there. And it actually will mark the screen and you just go, 6 people here. And then everyone piles on there and then they move. Whereas Final Fantasy, it's a bannable offense and it makes rating what it is, because if that was available in Final Fantasy 14, it would trivialize the game.
Yes. 100%.
Like part of the rating experience is listening to the cues and not tunneling the boss and moving when you're supposed to move.
Correct. So I do think it's a good move. Yeah, I'm a big believer in, I think all MMOs should just bite off one another. Honestly, if you see a good idea, I'm like, that's mine now.
I mean, because it's only making the competition better, which makes the game.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then it makes both games better. And
it's essentially that one meme, right? Where it's like the internet and they're like, hey, I made this. It's like, no, I made this. Essentially, it's like when they do like their WoW patches and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, we added like icons to identify, links to attacks. You're like, oh my god, that's amazing. You're like, you're a Final Fantasy 14 player, like, what the fuck, man? One of the programmers is feeling good about themselves. Like, guys, I did. Daddy's getting a promotion. We're eating good tonight. Like, everybody needs to chill.
If WoW died today, I would be on rating Final Fantasy 14 tomorrow.
Yeah. This man would jump to him in MMO.
Yeah, I just don't have time to do both, or I would.
All right. I think this was a pretty productive episode, Jack. Like, let's do some closing thoughts?
Yeah, let's do some closing thoughts.
What do you got, man?
Let's see.
I'll do the
I don't know. It's WoW is definitely a time sink, and I don't know if I'll find myself ever back on there. And you guys are trying to get me on to Final Fantasy, so I don't know if I have the type of time that's needed to play an MMO.
Fucking MMO specific episode. This dude's like, and this is right in his wheelhouse, and he goes, I don't think I'm gonna do it anymore. It's like, how does your boy of like almost 20 years fail to convince you to get back in the WoW?
I can't.
The betrayal, the look on his face. We need to like zoom in on Da Vinci and just like betrayal. Like, this piece of shit asked me to be on, and he won't even raid with me.
I can't. Yeah, it's a great game. It's. I mean, for it to last as long as it has and still have a millions of active users, that's impressive to me. I mean,
Insane.
We all know. You look at the graphics. The graphics are not what bring the people there, right? So
it's the substantial gameplay and the systems and the lore, of course, and the movie.
The dopamine fix of rating is what does it.
Yeah. I mean, the mythics. The mythics is what I went on for.
If you don't play 45 minutes,
yeah. It's I don't know. They have the potential to bring their user base back, but it may take a lot to even make that happen.
I mean, we're talking 4% of the game's population complete the hardest raid.
All right, Brad, what do you got, man?
Wow.
That's what I wanted.
That's what you did there.
That's what I wanted. There you go. This fucking guy, we're like, what's the episode for today? Right? We're like, wow. He's like, yeah, no, I understand. Wow. Like, I get that. And we're like, he's like asked it again. And I'm like, wow. And he's like, no, I get that. And I was like, World of Warcraft, fucker.
I was like, I understand it's a good topic. I don't know what the topic is, though.
A piece of shit. Josh, I want to thank you for coming on. You got anything, any words of wisdom with your 600 days of World of Warcraft that you want to impart to the people? Because I'm telling you right now, I'm going to have Josh, he's pretty much going to take a still. We're going to put like a silhouette right over you. And then we're going to say what 600 days of Warcraft looks like. And I'm going to bring up the fact that you were fucking playing through a dungeon while on the podcast. True commitment. And his wife is right next to him playing Warcraft right now. So what do you got?
Thug life. You don't pick the thug life. The thug life picks you.
Got any words of wisdom for anybody? Got any last words you want to impart? I'm saying like you're going to die or something, my bad.
Run while you can.
There you go. There you go. AKA, this episode backfired. Like, we straight up were like, hey, we might get people to jump back on WoW. And this dude's like, nah.
It's unfortunately, it's at the point in its lifespan where if you're not playing it, you're probably not gonna.
I mean, 20 years of a game.
It's lived a long life.
There's got to be some type of repetition to it that would just, eventually that grind would just kill you. But I mean, if you're a true MMO fan, I think WoW is sure. But I think once again, I must just push people to Final Fantasy 14 for a more streamlined experience. And
absolutely,
yeah, just easier.
Yeah, I mean, even WoW's base, like my whole guild they're all 35 to 40 years old. Like, there's no young people entering the chat.
God, it's just a bunch of jacks.
It's just a bunch of boomers.
A bunch of jacks.
That's it.
Wow, the boomer MMO. I'm gonna offend somebody. Holy shit! Alrighty, that is gonna do it for this episode. We want to thank everyone for listening. We want to thank Rage, Josh for coming on. We want to thank Jack for getting his buddy on. And we're going to talk to you guys next time.
Thanks for having me.
No problem.